Hey, what's up you guys, it's Ch48 and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go into chapter 48 of The Murder House by James Patterson and David Ellis. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 48. You just try to find something that interests them, she says. Phys ed teacher, a man named Arnie Cooper, an aging African-American man. He's tall and well-built, age adding a few inches to his midsection, but you can still see the remnants of an athlete. The high hurdles from what I've heard and what I've seen in glass cases near the gym and framed photos of the walls. Born and raised in Bridgehampton, south of Main Street, he is quick to say state champion in the high hurdles in 1978, a member of the U.S. Olympic team that didn't compete in the 1980s game and the Moscow because of the U.S. boycott. Behind us, the south grounds of the school are littered with multicolored foam archery targets and bullseye yellow, the next ring orange, the powder blue and black. Half of the fourth graders are missing the target altogether. The rubber section cupped arrow sailing in the air and falling harmlessly to the grass. Hard to get kids to run around and play anymore, the teacher says. They got their faces buried in those phones and contraptions. That's all I did when I was a kid. I always remember running. He gestures to an older student out in the yard, some kind of teacher's assistant. Brendan, I'm going to be a few minutes, okay? Coop, as he demands everyone call him, walks with a limp these days. The years of clearing hurdles and pounding his feet have taken a toll. I was running okay in my 30s, though, he tells me as we walk through the yard, and I was definitely running okay the day of the shooting. He stops and gestures toward the back of the door. I was in the gym shooting hoops when I heard screaming. He says, at first it didn't mean anything to me, just kids shouting, you know, but then it did. I think it was hearing an adult voice. Some of the parents walked the little kids up to the school. When I heard a parent yelling, I knew something was wrong, so I came out the door. And what did you do, I asked. Well, as soon as I came out, it was all wrong. There were kids lying on the ground. There were parents covering up their kids. People were scattering like cockroaches. You know what I mean? I'm thinking these kids have been shot, really shot with bullets, but there wasn't really any blood I could see, so it was confusing. He stops, puts his hands on his hips, shakes his head. Man, it had been a long time since I was that scared. So someone was pointing over by the east side of the school, and someone was saying, he went that way, and someone else was saying, he's dressed as Spider-Man, he's Spider-Man. So I started running around the side of the school toward the front, toward Main Street, looking for Spider-Man. We start following the same route, walking east and turning north, moving along in the immaculately landscaped grass and trees toward the paved drive off Main Street. I practically ran right into the street, he says. I didn't know where he was. I follow him until we're standing just along the curb of Main Street. He gestures to his right down the street to the east. That's where I found him, he says, right next to Small Potato, a little shack of a nursery stand painted red with white supports covered in chicken wire, empty this time of year. Its quaint green sign proclaiming it the oldest farm stand in the Hamptons. I bought my Christmas tree here after Thanksgiving. Back then, they were selling pumpkins, he says, but they'd pretty much packed up by then. There wasn't anyone there, but Noah was sitting on a bench just past the nursery in a Spider-Man costume with the head part removed. He wasn't moving. He was wearing headphones. He looked, I know how this sounds, he looked like he was waiting for a bus. Well, was a rifle nearby? He raises his shoulders. I didn't see. They found it later. He tossed it in the bushes behind him. I just told him he had to come with me, and I gripped him pretty tight and hauled him back toward the school, but he didn't resist me. He didn't fight. All he said was, what did I do? What did I do? So I say, this kid shoots a couple dozen of people with a BB rifle, air rifle, runs around the front of the school and sits down on a bench like he's waiting for a bus, like nothing's wrong. Coop shakes his head, laughs in agreement. I know, I hear what you're saying. I figure it's one of two things. I turn and face him. Either he didn't do anything wrong, he says, or he's one cold-blooded son of a bitch. The kind who doesn't feel anything, who could slice someone open while he's smiling at them and then look at you in the eye and deny it. You know what I mean? I think maybe I do, I say. I drop my eyes and nod slowly. I think maybe I do. That is the end of that chapter. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.